The view from inside a crash landing. It's an extraordinary experiment. A team of experts who rigged a 727 jet with cameras and test dummies and then crashed it into a Mexican desert. The point? To see if there are ways to help passengers survive when the unthinkable happens. And the answer could be as simple as choosing the right seat. Here's ABC's Neil Karlinski.
Plane is now on remote. Plane is now on remote.
This is the most critical phase of the entire event right now.
You're watching the final moments of one of the most dramatic one-way trips ever recorded.
Don't need no seatbelts no more. Here we go.
The daring pilots, all wearing parachutes, bail out a hatch in the back.
Jumpers away, jumpers away, jumpers away.
A high-speed, high-risk jump with no margin for error.
4 miles to impact point.
This Boeing 727, which once carried Bob Dole during his presidential campaign, is now speeding towards the Mexican desert, controlled in its final seconds on remote from a chase plane flying nearby.
Adios, Big Flo. Adios.
Left behind on board, more than $500,000 worth of crash test dummies as passengers, 38 specialized high-speed cameras, and sensors embedded in the frame. If there was a pilot still on board, this is the moment you'd hear those 3 crucial words: brace for impact. The huge jetliner careens into the ground. A horrific yet survivable crash that tears the plane apart. This stunning made-to-order catastrophe
Deploy fire teams,
was done for the Discovery Channel show Curiosity Plane Crash after 4 years of planning and with a huge team of experts.
Fire and rescue are rolling to impact.
All to better understand what really happens to people on board.
Typical unbelted occupant. His torso just kind of slides under the seat.
You can see the foot and the ankle there is just really right up against the footrest there. I suspect we're going to see maybe a broken ankle.
Despite the horror of the images, the statistics show that plane crashes are often survivable. In fact, between 1983 and 2000, more than 95% of people involved in plane crashes in the U.S. made it out alive. The vast majority of crashes, more than 80%, happen either within the first 3 minutes after takeoff or the last 8 minutes before landing.
I suspect this one may have a concussion and that one may have a broken leg.
Inside the crashed 727, it's up to injury biomechanics expert Dr. Cindy Burr to answer the burning question. Why do some people walk away from plane crashes that kill so many others?
So this was our unbraced dummy. Hit the tray table really low.
She told us her data makes crystal clear that bracing for impact can be a lifesaver.
What should you do? Put your head?
You put your head down, put your hands over.
Your hands over your head?
Yep,
Your head.
and just hold it.
And that works.
Well, yeah. We were able to really compare that braced position versus the unbraced position, where we saw kind of the unbraced dummy be more vulnerable.
The crash was a belly flop, slightly nose first. The results showed that passengers near the front took the brunt of it. Rows 7 and forward were considered fatal. Seat 7A was catapulted out of the plane. Accident investigator Tom Barth analyzed how the impact rippled through the airframe.
So we measured the G-forces, the impact forces, as they extended from the very front of the airplane all the way to the back. And at the front, what would have been the cockpit and first class, it was completely destroyed, would not have been survivable. Now just behind that, but in front of the wing, it was about 12 Gs, which has serious potential for injury, but is survivable. And then in the middle of the airplane, it was about 8 Gs, moderate potential for injury, of course survivable. And then in the back, about 6 Gs, you would have been fine if you're wearing your seatbelt.
While no crash is the same, where you sit can make a difference. Often an aisle seat within about 5 rows of an exit can be critical to getting out fast before smoke and flames turn a survivable crash into a fatal one. But there's another obstacle too: cables and wires from in-flight entertainment systems.
And all this stuff, even though relatively light, can really be significant in impeding your ability to get out of the aircraft.
The average man's head, right?
This is the average man's head, yes.
At Dr. Burr's lab at Wayne State University, another test.
I wanted to demonstrate having a small female on a plane holding her baby. So this, feel it, is a 6-month-old.
Substantial.
It's
a lot
heavy.
more than you would think looking at it.
She ran an experiment for us with a simulated mother holding an infant on her lap, a familiar money saver for parents everywhere. After a relatively minor impact, the mother didn't hold on.
Baby didn't make it.
No, it went flying.
Dr. Burr says having a child on your lap while flying simply isn't safe.
So here we have the actual impact. You can see the arms come apart.
It's her hands.
Yep, and the baby just flies out.
The science of destruction, a picture-perfect crash, a wrecked jetliner, and a treasure trove of new information about what it takes to survive the unthinkable. I'm Neil Karlinski for Nightline in Detroit.
Curiosity plane crash airs Sunday, October 7th on the Discovery Channel. Thanks to Neil.